Hey guys, how's it going? Value Venture Investing here today. So, just several days after I made my video on Irobot, what happened today? Earnings came out for the Q3 and the stock plummeted. I mean, initially it plummeted like 20% or something like that. Taking a look at the stock right now, it went down to about $49 per share, but I mean, earlier times in the day, it was around 44, somewhere around there. So if you're wondering why this is the case, there's certain reasons that make a little bit of sense, and there's certain reasons that don't make a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to give you guys my opinion on it, whether I'm going to get out of my position or whether or not I'm going to be adding more. So let's take a look at the article here. So some of the top level events here, financial results. So revenue for the third quarter of 2019 was $289.4 million. Now this was compared with $264.5 million a year ago. So you can see that there's some significant growth right there, year over year. On the bottom here, quarterly earnings per share were $1.24 for the third quarter of 2019 compared to $1.12 in the third quarter of 2018. So usually when a stock falls like that, it's indicative of them missing analyst expectations. But let's take a look at what the annual analyst expectations were here. So in terms of earnings per share, as I said, they earned $1.24 per share. And this was far exceeding Wall Street's expectation of 52 cents per share. Again, revenue was $289 million for the quarter, and they were only expecting $259 million. So one of the reasons that we saw the strong revenue growth that we did is we saw a significant growth in overseas, specifically Japan. As you can see here, Japan grew by 40%, so that more than offset the 7% decline in the US. They also noted here that their international product launches in Q3 included the Roomba S9, as I said in my last video, and the M6 mop in Europe and the M6 in Japan. They also mentioned that the Terra T7 robot beta trial in Germany is nearing completion, and the US beta trial is now underway. So that's something very positive as well. I spoke about that in my last video. That could be a revenue driver for the company, but I'm not even including that in my my analysis of what's going to happen with the stock, because that's kind of a wild card. I'm just looking at it in terms of what the company's at right now. So the biggest reason that I can see is, of course, the guidance going forward as to why the stock fell, and the big T word that we've been hearing a lot about lately, tariffs. So the CEO concluded his remarks by saying, given our results and accomplishments to date, plans going forward, and current market conditions, we have narrowed our full year 2019 expectations. We now expect 2019 revenue between 1.2 and 1.21 billion on 10 to 11% growth, with an operating income between $75 and $80 million, and an EPS in the range of $2.60 to $2.80. We believe that the progress we made thus far in 2009, combined with the initiatives now underway, will not only help to bring 2009 to a successful conclusion, but will also enhance our ability to drive long-term value creation. Blah, 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 blah. So, that was one of the biggest issues. I think the street was expecting on the high end of that anywhere from 1.25 billion or more. They're kind of all over the place, but still, that's looking at a price to sales ratio that is very low, like I mentioned in my last one. Also, they cut some of their prices. One of the reasons that the stock was down is that they're going to absorb some of those tariffs, meaning they're not going to up their prices. So you guys got to keep in mind that this is a 25% tariff. So, and this tariff is not going to last forever. So this is something that's really hampering anything in the market right now related to tariffs. Even Apple, not too long ago, tanked off this kind of news. And I find it really encouraging when a company is transparent, like Apple was in the past. Now look at Apple hitting all-time highs right now, and tells us what's going on. So that's good corporate governance. So yes, there could be some turbulent headwinds going forward, but as soon as those tariffs are removed, and they will be removed eventually, that's going to all go to the bottom line. So, I mean, they basically beat on all expectations except for going forward, the guidance, which was just marginally less than what some analysts expected. So do I regret my decision getting into the stock when I did, which is not as far off as it is now? I think I got in at 155 or something or 55 or something like that. No, absolutely. And I believe more and more that this is a amazing opportunity. So if it drops down to 40 or 44 like it did before I missed it today, I'm going to be adding to my position, because to me this is a no-brainer. I know that some of you that have watched my channel have disagreed with me, and that's fine. There is a lot of competition, there is a lot of risk, but I do know a good opportunity when I see one, and short term doesn't matter to me so much. I'm more of a long-term investor. Like I said in my last video, within 5 years I could see this thing doubling or even more. All depends what's going on, right? So just a quick video about that. I might buy a little bit more. I might sell off some of my Teslas, because the news is basically coming through right now about record deliveries and profit surprise, and it's looking very good there. So my additional position that I bought into Tesla, I might sell that off depending on what happened. And stay tuned, I'll try to get a video on that tomorrow for you guys after I listen to the conference call. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, let me know what you think down below. Do you think I'm out of my mind for buying more if it drops more, or do you think that long term this company is going to go up to the multiple that it was trading at, 45, 50 times earnings and $130 per share? So that's gonna be it for today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.